Alright boys, tell me, are you the smartest thing in your Minecraft world? You might be smart enough to build automated farms, or smart enough to craft every recipe in the game without looking anything up, but are you the smartest thing in your world? Or could something in your world outsmart you? Okay, look, it sounds like a weird question, right? But to get what I'm talking about, you have to understand the context. 2 years ago, the video How I Made the Most Terrifying Minecraft mod was uploaded to YouTube by Gargan. Essentially, the mod added a really scary mob to the game called the Cave Dweller. Now, I won't go into the details of it, the video itself is up on YouTube, you can go watch it if you haven't seen it. All you need to know is that this thing was smart. Smart enough to get you in ways that no other Minecraft mod could. Fast forward a year later, and Gargan himself collaborates with the studio XP Games to bring the Cave Dweller to Bedrock. Now that you're caught up, we can look at how this thing works. To put it simply, the Cave Dweller will find you, stalk you, and chase you down. But there are some differences between the original and the Bedrock version. The original Cave Dweller was treated as something that shouldn't be in your Minecraft world. There is no explanation to it, like something from another world. Whereas the Bedrock version is more like an animal at the top of the food chain. It has a home, other animals that thrive off it, never runs away because it has no reason to, and like any other predator, it wants to eat you. But enough of me babbling, lads, I haven't even shown you how this thing is smart. So, to do that, let's load up a brand new Minecraft world. Yup. When you join in your new world, everything will be normal. You get a book that explains the outlines of the Cave Dweller and you'll be on your way. So once you make your way to the cave is where you'll actually start seeing the fella. From what I've seen, he'll briefly spawn on the surface of a cave and then despawn, and some spooky, albeit obnoxiously loud music will start playing. Once in the cave, he'll begin spawning and watching you from afar. The lower you go, the more he'll appear, but generally he despawns once you don't do anything stupid like getting too close or hitting him with a bow. He'll put out torches, peek around corners, and he'll watch you and despawn without you knowing. I've also noticed he can sometimes spawn on the ceiling and observe you from above. The only way to tell that you are being watched by the Cave Dweller is to listen for a certain audio cue when he disappears. But after a couple of days of playing, you're probably geared up, have a house, and eventually he will get bored of stalking you, or you'll get bored of waiting. Either way, we arrive to the same outcome. When the Cave Dweller first attacks, it can do many things. I've noticed that it actually has two speeds of chasing. One for when the player is in a reasonable distance so the Cave Dweller can attack, and when the player starts outrunning the Cave Dweller, it seems to get on all fours and start sprinting to get to you. It can climb pillars and walls and fit through almost any gap. I've even seen it leap across jumps, which I think it should do more. He's immune to lava, doesn't take fall damage, and does not care for the physics of water. But while all these make it hard to escape the Cave Dweller, there are still ways to counter it. Let's say, for example, you're strip mining, and the Cave Dweller starts chasing you. It's getting closer, and you block it off. And that works, but here's the problem. The reason that this mod is so special, the reason that this mod is so smart, is because that won't work again. Once you escape the Cave Dweller in a specific way, it learns and adapts to your methods of escape. Going back to our example, you continue strip mining until it starts chasing you again. You block it off, but it starts breaking through. And this isn't just for breaking blocks, it learns multiple things as you continue to run away from it. Going out of the cave too often to get rid of it, it gets over its fear of the surface. Run away too many times before it starts attacking you, it starts ambushing you. Use doors to stop it, it learns to open them, and then it starts bloody taunting you with them. Every time you do something while it's watching you, it learns something. And so, you have to be careful with your actions when it's around, not letting it get any smarter. But eventually, no matter what you do, it will learn everything it can. And so it becomes a game. Will you be geared up enough for when the Cave Dweller becomes too smart to escape and a confrontation inevitably happens? Or will you die and be unable to take back the caves? But the player is quick, they've gotten tools, armour, and maybe a buddy or two to tag along. So, the Cave Dweller spawns. One thing I haven't mentioned is that from my experience, the Cave Dweller will normally target and stalk one individual at a time, and the same applies when it's fighting. It has around 900 HP and 2 phases. The first phase is it just clawing at its target, dealing about 3 hearts per hit with no armour. The second phase is pretty similar, activating when the cave dweller gets to half health. It will knock everyone back and give them slowness. Over the stage, it will attempt a mix of attacking, knocking people away, and despawning. To win the fight, it's essential that you don't let it despawn, as it will regenerate health. But with the gear you've gotten, and all the things you've set in place to win this battle, you successfully kill the cave dweller. And it drops its skull as a trophy that you can place down or wear to gain permanent night vision. But half an hour later, the player heads into the caves to gather some more ores. And they see this. Swear to God I killed your bitch. When you kill the cave dweller, it doesn't actually stop spawning. And that's because there isn't actually one cave dweller. While there can only be one spawn by the game, in your world there are hundreds if not thousands that are spread across your Minecraft world. So how do you get rid of it? Well, I mentioned earlier that the cave dweller has a home. Around that home, it has a territory that it will spawn in, meaning if you get rid of the home, you get rid of the cave dweller. In the area anyway, I don't know how much the radius is before another cave dweller starts spawning again, but you have a good bit of room to cave safely. They call it a dwelling in the game, and there's two ways to find it. The first method is just looking around blindly for the dwelling, which I'm gonna be honest, the dwellings are pretty spread out and it'll take you way too long. So the quicker and cooler method is to look for the other mob that the cave dweller mod adds, the moth. Or the cave moth if you will. In the world, the moth adapted to look like the cave dweller to scare predators away. The cave dweller doesn't attack them either, so if you catch one and then release it, it thinks it's in danger, and where does it fly to? The cave dweller. Or, more importantly, the dwelling. Using this method will take you straight to the dwelling if you follow the moth. You have to repeat it a couple times though, since it will fly onto a wall and will need you to break through it so you can continue its path. If you want, you can also wear the skull of the cave dweller, but the book has conflicting ideas on if it will stop the cave dweller from appearing, so that's one thing I'm not sure about. But anyways, you get to the dwelling and now you have to get rid of it. Burn it, blow it up, and start breaking any sign of it, because once the player starts destroying it, the cave dweller will come and attack to protect its home. Basically, don't even focus on it right now, because if you get rid of the dwelling and he kills you, he's not coming back. But if it kills you before you can get rid of the dwelling, he still spawns. But like before, the player is quick and destroys the dwelling, dying in the process, but you can always get your stuff back. You beaten the mod, right? Okay, yeah, you've beaten the mod, don't worry. But if you're looking to fight the cave dweller again, you can always go outside the radius of the original dwelling and repeat the process. Let me know if you like this content, lads. I'm hoping to make a horror map for the cave dweller where I can make the map centered around its mechanics, but only if you guys want that. And yeah, let me know if you like this one, and I'll see you guys in another video. Goodbye.